Imagine you were in a fight. Not a fight in a ring, not a fight with someone else, but a fight against your own panic. Your heart is hammering against your ribs, your thoughts are racing, and you feel that heavy, sinking sensation that you're about to lose control. Most people, when they feel this, they freeze. They make mistakes. They let the pressure dictate their next move. But there was one man who never froze. Even in the absolute peak of pressure, Bruce Lee moved with a stillness that was honestly, kind of terrifying. How did a man, surrounded by chaos, learn to keep his mind as calm as a mirror? It wasn't magic, and it wasn't some secret training technique. It was a philosophy that, once you learn it, changes the way you handle your hardest days forever. And believe me, that secret, the one that allowed Bruce Lee to stay bulletproof in his mind, most people look at it, but they never actually see it. You've probably seen the videos of Bruce Lee. The speed, the intensity, the way he could command a room just by standing in it. But what you didn't see was the mental war he was winning every single second. He wasn't just training his muscles, he was building a fortress inside his head. Now, you might be thinking, that's Bruce Lee, he was a legend, I'm just trying to pay my bills or survive a bad week. But that's exactly the trap. Bruce Lee didn't start as a legend. He started with the same fear, the same doubt, and the same pressure that keeps you up at night. The difference? He found a way to stop fighting his own emotions and started using them. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed. Maybe it was a deadline, a fight with someone you love, or just that nagging feeling that nothing is going your way. What happened? Did you get angry? Did you shut down? Did you start worrying about 5 different things at once? Bruce Lee had a name for that. He called it the internal noise. He realized that the moment your mind starts making noise, the moment you start worrying about the future or regretting the past, you've already lost. But here is the twist that most people miss. Bruce Lee didn't tell you to stop feeling. He didn't tell you to suppress your fear or bottle up your anger. No, that would be like trying to stop the flow of a river with your bare hands. It's impossible. Instead, he taught us to be like water. And when you really look at what that means for your mental health, it's not just a poetic quote. It's a survival mechanism. Water doesn't resist the shape of the glass. It adapts to it. When you face a hard moment, do you resist it? Do you scream, "Why is this happening to me?" That resistance is what causes the stress. That resistance is what makes you feel trapped. Bruce Lee once said that you must be aware of yourself, but you shouldn't be stuck on yourself. Think about that. Most of our stress comes from being too self-conscious. We worry about how we look, what people think, or whether we're good enough. Bruce Lee realized that true power comes when you stop judging yourself and start observing yourself. When you can look at your own anger, your own fear, or your own stress as if you were watching someone else, you regain control. You become the observer, not the victim. But wait, how do you actually do that in the middle of a breakdown? This is where it gets interesting. Bruce Lee practiced a form of radical presence. He didn't live in the what if. He lived in the what is. If you're feeling pressure right now, ask yourself, is the pressure real, or is the pressure just a story your mind is telling you? Most of the time, it's just a story. It's a script you've written for yourself, and you're acting it out even though it doesn't serve you. Let's talk about fear. Bruce Lee was obsessed with the idea that fear is just a projection. It's a shadow. You know that if you try to punch a shadow, your hand just passes through it. You can't beat fear by fighting it directly. You beat fear by turning on the light. And the light, in this case, is awareness. When you feel that spike of fear, don't run. Don't hide. Breathe into it. Feel where it sits in your body. By doing that, you take the power away from the fear. You show your mind that you are the one in charge of the machine. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great, but I'm not a martial artist. I'm just a regular person with real-world problems. And that's exactly why this matters. Bruce Lee wasn't talking to fighters. He was talking to humans. He was talking to the father worried about his kids, the student worried about her future, the professional worried about his next promotion. He knew that the hardest fight you will ever have is the one against your own mental limitations. Here is a shift that changed everything for me, and I'm sure it will for you too. Bruce Lee believed that a calm mind is not a mind that has no problems. A calm mind is a mind that has mastered the art of detachment. It's like being in the center of a storm. The wind is howling, the trees are bending, but in the center, it is still. Can you reach that center? Can you find that spot in your day, no matter how chaotic it gets, where you just breathe and realize that you are still here? That you are still capable. That you are still growing. But here is where the lesson takes a turn into the truly extraordinary. Bruce Lee didn't just want you to be calm, he wanted you to be prepared. He believed that the mind should be like a mirror. A mirror reflects everything perfectly, but it keeps nothing. It doesn't hold onto the image after the object is gone. When you go through a hard moment, do you let go of the experience, or do you keep reliving the mistake? Do you keep replaying the argument? That's not a mirror, that's a sponge. You're soaking up all the toxicity of your past, and it's making you heavier every single day. Imagine how much lighter you would be if you just learned to let go. If you could face a failure, learn the lesson, and then wipe the mirror clean for the next moment. That is the secret to mental longevity. That is how Bruce Lee stayed fresh, sharp, and focused until his last day. He didn't carry yesterday with him. He was always, entirely, here. Now, you're probably wondering about that final idea I mentioned. The one that ties all of this together. It's something Bruce Lee called the art of no mind. It sounds strange, right? Like you're trying to have a blank head. No, it's deeper. It's about being so focused on the current action that there is no space left for self-doubt. When you are truly doing something you love, or working with total focus, you don't think about being good or failing. You just act. You just flow. You become the action itself. When you're worried, you're splitting your mind. Half of you is doing the task, and the other half is criticizing you while you do it. That's why you're tired. That's why you feel drained. Bruce Lee said, empty your mind. He meant, stop the inner critic. Stop the split focus. When you do one thing at a time, with your whole heart, you don't just work better, you work with peace. So, what is the hard moment you're facing today? Is it something you can change, or is it something you need to accept? Bruce Lee's advice would be simple. If you can act, then act with total focus. If you can't act, then let go of the worry. Everything in between is just noise. Everything else is just you fighting against the current of the river. You have more control than you think. You have more strength than you give yourself credit for. The pressure you're feeling, that's not a sign that you're breaking. That's the feeling of you being tested. That's the feeling of you being forged. But you have to choose how you react to it. You can choose to be the rock that breaks, or the water that flows. You can choose to be the mirror that reflects, or the sponge that holds onto every bit of pain. Take a deep breath. Look at your life right now. Really look at it. What is the one thing you've been holding onto that you don't need anymore? What is the one fear you're ready to stop feeding? You don't need to be perfect to start this. You just need to be willing. Bruce Lee wasn't a god. He was a human being who decided to master himself. And if he could do it, the question is, what is stopping you from doing the same? You are the gatekeeper of your own mind. You decide what thoughts get to stay, and you decide what thoughts get thrown out. Make your mind a sanctuary, not a prison. Make it a place where you grow, not a place where you suffer. And remember, whenever it gets too hard, whenever the weight feels like too much, just stop for a second. Breathe, be like water, and keep moving forward, because the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one calm, focused step. And you are already taking it right now. How are you going to use this focus to win your next battle? Tell me in the comments, because I really want to know what you're capable of when you finally take control. Don't let the noise win today. You are worth more than that. Stay calm, stay focused, be you, and watch how everything around you starts to change. You've got this.